Mark Pope is making some swings on the recruiting trail. We're going after some elite talent. Where do we stand? Who is going to be a part of Kentucky's 2026 recruiting class? We'll talk about that the first half of the show, and then we are going to preview Kentucky's monumental matchup with the Ole Miss Rebels coming up tomorrow on Saturday, a game that I think will make or break this upcoming or this season for the Wildcats. Those are going to be the conversation on today's episode of the Wildcats Today Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Stefaniak, publisher over at Kentucky Wildcats on SI, joined as always by Carson Nash. And Carson, it is T-minus, well, I guess it's 9:39 while we're recording, so we will be, I call it BIH, beer in hand, by this time tomorrow in the Orange Lot. What are the vibes about our tailgate tomorrow?
Oh, I'm super pumped. We got our tailgate going. Good's gonna have their own little tailgate going too. It's gonna be really fun. Last year we went all in with these tailgates and had a great turnout. So I'm expecting nothing less from the Burl knowers and everybody else this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, we've called out Trev, we've called out Bob. We need a historic performance out of our pals this weekend. We've had some people. We haven't seen some people. This is it's a go hard in the paint type of day, and we're going to will the Cats to victory in doing so. So we'll be in the Orange Lot. Come find us. So we're normally in the back of it. So come find us. We'll be there drinking cold beer. So if you want to come partake in that, we'll be there. But first, Carson, I want to talk a little basketball recruiting because there's been so much going on this week. The period where you're allowed to go visit guys and all that has opened back up, and we've been in to see a lot of guys. We're going to have a big recruiting episode here in the coming weeks, either or the beginning of next week or beginning of the week after, one of those two. Kind of if a lot happens this weekend, we'll probably do it next week. If not, we'll save it for 2 weeks from now or 2 weeks from Monday. But the three guys we're going to focus on today are Deron Rippey Jr., Lane Kiffin, and Tyran Stokes. Those are the three guys we're going to focus on today. And the first thing I want to say, we'll start with the number one player. And, of course, Carson, we were in yesterday at Stokes' high school to see him. And now today we're doing an in-home visit with him. This is one of those massive recruitments that I just think you do everything in your power to win it. So, Carson, how do you feel about our chances with Mr. number one overall recruit, Tyran Stokes?
Yeah, I feel really good right now with Stokes. I think the fact that I know everyone was a little confused by the fact that we waited a couple of days to go and see him. But I think that's also a sign of maybe we feel good about him. Maybe we don't have to go see him right when the period kicks off. So I'm really excited about where we stand with Stokes. I still think we're the leader. And I think we're inching away, honestly, at this point. So I feel really good about Stokes and us landing him.
And we have discussed it on this show, and it's been a narrative around Kentucky basketball as a whole. It's been a narrative around Mark Pope with the whole landing these top guys. Go get this guy, and that is officially over. It's kind of like when Mark Pope's never won a NCAA tournament game. You know how you end that narrative? You win an NCAA tournament game. People say you can't recruit. You know how you end that narrative? You get the number one guy. That's what you got to do. And I think that we're in a great spot to do it. I feel quite confident that we are going to land Stokes, and I think the staff's done a heck of a job going over there and spending a couple days out on the West Coast with sight and hanging out with Stokes and making a push after this elite recruit. So, yeah, I feel pretty darn good, Carson.
Yeah, no, I feel really good. And it's crazy because it all kind of changed on a dime over this summer. Because it felt like Louisville was leading, and then we heard that UK had taken the lead, and then now it seems like UK is ahead of the race by a good margin now. So it's looking more and more like Stokes will be in the blue and white, and he has said that he wants to commit before his high school season starts. So hopefully this is over sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I see this coming down soon. I think we're going to see where he goes. I don't know. I'd say maybe by the end of before December 1, like end of November. I think I feel very confident saying that we're going to see a commitment from Stokes before December 1st. And keep the foot on the gas. We're in a great spot. We're doing a heck of a job. Keep the foot on the gas, keep going, and make sure that we're able to land this kid. Because once again, it ends so many narratives that Mark Pope is a recruiter, A, and then B, he's a great player that is going to make our basketball team better. Like, that's the reality here. So I think we're in a good spot, but keep the foot on the gas. Next guy I want to talk about, Carson, and this is the one I'm confused about this, okay? I'm gonna be honest. I think that we're not out on Kinney, but I think Kinney's out on us. You know what I mean? I don't know. And it feels like that might be an NIL thing because he's got a lot going on business wise, and doesn't he have an Adidas deal too?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff going there. But clock strikes midnight when that window opens, and boom, they're on the jet to go see Kinney. And I was surprised about that, Carson. The reason I was surprised about that is knowing I think we need to be putting that effort into Rippey Jr. because Duke's making a run at him, man. Duke is going hard in the paint after Rippey Jr. So I find it surprising that we spent our start of the day on Kinney, unless, like you said a minute ago, we just feel that confident.
Yeah, no, and my thing is with the Kinney situation is you always want to have backup options, and you never want to fully pull out of a race when you don't know if it's over or not.
Yeah.
So I do think Kentucky's trailing third behind Kansas and Louisville for Kinney. But that's not to say it's over. He is a Kentucky kid. So, and if you don't land Rippey, you still want to have that communication with Kinney just in case as well. So it's never bad to get both people, go visit both people, and see where you stand.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree with you that we shouldn't be out on him or anything. I'm with you that you go visit him, you keep going after him because, as we always say, recruiting's fluid. One day, you never know what's going to happen. Right now, it seems like Kinney's going to Kansas, but it seemed like he was going to Louisville. I'll tell you what, Kinney seems like a guy that's going to switch up where he's going a lot before he makes a final decision. If he had to ask me.
I agree.
So all I'm saying is you could have gone to see, Kinney. I think I would have because to me, I think recruits look at this as, not like an effort thing, but like man, dude, Mark Pope got on a jet to come see me at 12:01. I just think that means a lot to recruits. And if I'm Rippey, and obviously we don't know what these conversations sound like. We don't know what Pope's saying to him. Maybe he said, I'll come see you tomorrow. You know what I mean? We have no idea.
And it's sometimes based on the family schedules as
That's
well.
Good point. Yes, there are a lot of factors. And so I just am saying, if they were both free for it, I would have gone to see Rippey then. That's all I'm saying. And still done what you said, Carson, and still, go see Kinney today. Go see him yesterday. Sure, I'm fine with that. But I just would have put that effort into hey, I want you this bad. I want you on a jet at midnight bad. I would have put that into Rippey because, frankly, I think Rippey is a little bit better. And I think that we are in a better spot with him. That's all I'm saying. I'm not knocking Coach Pope. He's not. There's nothing wrong with what he did.
And it could be because he feels so good about Rippey and Stokes. That also could be another reason why he went and saw Kinney first.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So there are lots of factors. That's just one thought of like, hey, maybe I'd have gone to see this kid first. But once again, that's just a thought. So we were after a lot more guys, and we're going to talk more about recruiting. Like I said, probably realistically, knowing how deep we are into the off season, I would say next week we do a big recruiting.
And there's some 2026 guys kind of scheduling visits and everything. So we'll talk about that in the weeks to come.
Yeah. So, well, isn't this 2026? This class,
or maybe it's 2027.
Yeah. So it's 6 or 7. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
But we're memeing on them today. That's the only reason I had to bring that up.
Yeah, but, that was a good one.
Thank you. But so Carson, let's get into this Ole Miss game. Let's break it down. Mark Stoops owns Lane Kiffin. I'd say. Now, record-wise, is that
He's
true?
got a spot up there.
Yeah.
He's living in a condo up in Lane Kiffin's head.
But okay, and the first thing I want to bring up, and I want this to be known, and I think you agree with me on this, Carson, and you tell me if you agree. I like Lane Kiffin, man. I know a lot of people that is a hot take. There'll be a lot of people. He's a crybaby. We don't like him. Understandable. If you feel that way, I get it. You know what I mean? I do. I promise we get it. I'm a Lane Kiffin fan. He's a memer. He's a joker. I think it's funny. I think it's fun for college football. I think you need your Nick Sabans and your Kirby Smarts, and I think you need your Lane Kiffins. You know, I think that's the fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a Lane Kiffin fan. I think he's hilarious, really, genuinely. But he put a quote out the other day during one of his pressers leading into the game, talking about how they spent a bulk of last offseason preparing for Kentucky. Now, there's lots of ways you can look at this. Technically, it's their first, Power 4 game, obviously, because they played Georgia State last week. But I don't know, man. Why are you're spending a lot of time on a team that many project to win 3 football games? I really do. And we're not just saying this to start, crap. I think Mark Stoops is in his head, Carson. I really do think that.
He is 100%. Ever since he threw the deep ball on 4th and 7 last year, Lane Kiffin hadn't been able to shut up about it. So, Mark Stoops is living in his head. He's living in a nice condo up there. He's got a lot of square footage. He's got all the amenities. Mm-hmm. He's living up there in Lane Kiffin's head.
Yeah. Utilities are covered. He doesn't got to pay for them. I mean, he's just living high on the hog up there in Lane Kiffin's head. But so I think Stoops, and we're not saying that to stir the pot. I genuinely believe that. And I don't know how. I think everyone should genuinely believe that. Like the dude, I think that he's in his head. I really from the bottom of my heart believe that he is in Kiffin's head. That is part of this game, I think. I think that is part of this game a little bit. But when it comes to the actual X's and O's on the football field, to me, Carson, the big thing here in week 1, we saw Ole Miss put up 63 points, I believe it was. They beat Georgia State 63-7. And this was a spread. So, you see that, and then you look at the spread. The spread was 33.5 points. So they handled Georgia State and covered the spread by a wide margin. And in this game, he did throw 2 picks, but their young gunslinging left-handed quarterback, Austin Simmons, had 341 yards and 3 touchdowns. Also had 17 yards on the ground. So I was really, really impressed with Simmons. He's a young quarterback, but he's got to go on the road. He's got to go on the road and start in a road environment. And I think that's going to be tough on him, Carson. So what do you think about him as a quarterback, and how do you think Kroger Field is going to have an effect on Simmons?
Yeah, Simmons is a good quarterback, but he's also a first-year quarterback. So he's going to have to go through the ups and downs of the highs and lows of the SEC schedule. And, walking into Kroger Field week 2 isn't going to be any easy assignment for him. Because of our pass rush, especially last week, we were one of the highest rated pass rush teams. Yeah. And Ole Miss, their offensive line struggled a little bit in that Georgia Southern game. So, or Georgia State. But I just feel like if we can put pressure on him and make him make quick decisions, I think it bodes well for us in that area, because Brad White's defense has always been stout against Lane Kiffin. Seems like we've got their tempo almost a little figured out. I don't want to say that too preemptively, but it seems like Brad White's got a good recipe for Lane Kiffin's tempo offense.
Well, I mean, what I would say about this Ole Miss team when it comes to Coach White and our defense, I'm not going to – we find a way to ugly up football games. And I remember I went on the Locked On Ole Miss host had me on last year before the game. And we talked about and I said, what does Stoops want to do. He wants to make this game ugly. He wants to look up at the clock at the start of the fourth quarter or 10 minutes in the fourth quarter and go, okay, we're down 14-10. We're a drive away from winning this game. That's what he wants to see. If you look up and you can cover up Kentucky's score, okay? You can cover up their score. And if you look up and you see anything in the fourth quarter with a 3 in front of it or higher, we're going to lose this game by a wide margin. Wide margin. We're just not going to score with them. We're just not. You don't win this game in a back and forth gunslinger shootout, which is what that game was. Was that in 2020 or is 2022? I think it was 2020.
It was 2020, the game that we missed the extra point to go into overtime. It was like 40-something to
44 to 43 or something like that.
Yeah.
But the last 3 games between these two football teams have been decided by a combined total of 7 points. Our win, there was 2 3-point games and a 1-point game. Our 3-point win last year. I mean, we're right about this. Stoops and Coach White have Lane Kiffin's number. They know how to ugly things up for him. They know how to make his offense slow, and they know how we can, run the football a lot, kill the clock, milk that son of a gun. We know how to do it. And I do think, though, in the fourth quarter, if you want to go off last year's script, right, you are going to want to run the rock first, second, and third quarter, and then you're going to be in a close football game, unless we get a couple turnovers that lead to pick six or like.
That's what we need to happen. We need, like I said, we need to put pressure on Simmons and make him make mistakes early on to force turnovers. Because in my opinion, if you get down by 2 touchdowns, it's going to be really, really hard to come back from that.
Yeah. Because also then your tempo is because you need to go quick.
Yeah, the way we play hurts us at that point, because then you don't have enough time to catch up from 14 points down.
Exactly. But in the fourth quarter, the downfield vertical passing game will have to get going.
It took last year. In the fourth quarter, we need to start the quarter either up or down by 3 or 7. Yeah. And it can't be any other way.
Yeah. If we go into the fourth quarter down a touchdown of anything under 7 points or ahead or tied, we have a chance to win. Yeah. If we go into the fourth quarter 10, 14 or above, we're just not winning this game. I don't think our offense is good enough to do it. I don't. We could get helped by, like I said, a pick 6 or a fumble that we run back down to Ole Miss's 13. Like those things can help us out.
We have to have it. We have to have at least 2 turnovers, in my opinion.
Yeah. But that's what we're going to need to win this football game. We're going to need a positive turnover, and we're going to have to get that vertical passing game going in the fourth quarter. It had to happen last year. That throw to Barryon from Vandegrift, he made some good throws late in that game. He made some big throws. That was the only time last year where you went, maybe this guy's a little competent. And we need to see that from Calzada on Saturday. He's got to get the ball going downfield and not throw it out of the back of the end zone. He's got to get it into his receiver's hands. If he can do that, and we can get that vertical passing game going, and our defense does what it's done to Lane Kiffin's offense over the last 5 years, we have a shot in this game. If this game plays into the way Kentucky wants it to play, we have a shot. If it plays in Ole Miss's hands, we lose by 2 to 3 touchdowns, I think. That's the reality.
Yeah, I agree. I think the 2 biggest keys of the game are our offensive line and run offense to take care of milking that clock and allow them less possessions. And then I also think our defensive power rush, I think our speed rush on the sides, I think forcing a fumble or forcing Simmons to make a bad decision, throw an interception. We need that to happen. We need to create havoc on the defense this weekend. And that all starts with number 3, Alex Safari. I'm looking this kid. Don't get me started on a Friday morning about Alex Safari. This kid is going to be a first-round draft pick. Him and Sackham Souls, them boys are going to be flying off that edge, making tackles. So I'm super excited for this game. I think our defense, as much as Ole Miss is hyped about this game, I think our defense sees Ole Miss as a big challenge. They're always an offensive challenge. And I think we love that, and we aren't going to run from it. We're going to run at it.
No, yeah, I agree with you. That got me fired up. That got me going. Sackham Souls is awesome. That's great too.
Sackham Souls is a beast.
But The way we win this football game, I'll tell you right now, 2 7-minute touchdown drives. That's how you win this game. Every minute you could take away from that Ole Miss offense, every extra minute that they're not on the field and our offense is on the field, it gives us a better chance to win this game. So that's what has to happen. That's what's going to have to happen for us to win this game. I think that we're going to need to make it. This football game needs to suck to watch. And I hate that that's the brand of football we play. I mean, once again, that Toledo game last week sucked to watch. I mean, that was miserable. Let's just be honest.
It was like watching paint dry.
But if you want to win this week, this game's going to have to suck to watch. That's the reality. There will not be offensive fireworks if the Cats win. There just won't be. I don't see this getting higher than 24 total points on the winning side if Kentucky wins. If we're going to lose, it's going to be 14-38. If we're going to win, it's going to be 24.
I could see us winning like 20-17 or something like that.
That's exactly what we won last year. I mean, like, that's what I'm saying.
Really?
Like, yeah. Like, I think exactly. Like, yes. Like, we need to do. Here's the blueprint. Do
last year
exactly what you did last time. They're going to make some changes to try and let what happened last year not happen, and you need to do it again one more time. So that is what has to happen.
Over or under fake injuries we see for Ole Miss.
Didn't they make a rule? Didn't they made a rule, right?
You know, Kiffin has never cared about rules. They're still going to get around it somehow.
Okay. Now, I will tell you, this is an interesting, the over-under 50.5. I mean, last year, 37. Last year was 37 total points, 20-17. So this under would have hit 2 of the last 3 times that these two teams have played.
I think I'm going to go the under here.
I do too. But
plus we got some maybe wet conditions looking like on the radar. So I don't know.
But thing about it is, if that under is going to hit, if Ole Miss is going to win, the over is smacking.
Oh, yeah.
If we're going to win, the under is smacking.
Well, I don't know, though, because if they blow us out, which I don't think is going to happen, and I hope doesn't happen, but if they beat us like 35-7, like you still cover. You're still under. So
yeah, I mean, it'll be the offense is going to be the big key here. The weather actually looks like the weather's going away a little bit.
Oh, that's good. Great for tailgate.
Yeah, it's good for the tailgate.
Bad for Kentucky.
Bad for mucking up the football game.
Bad for Kentucky, great for us.
Yeah. So I just think that's you once again, you want the blueprint, turn on tape from last year's game, and you did it down at their place. Come do it at your place. Big Blue Nation is begging for an opportunity to get fired up about this season. They are begging for a reason to be excited. They're begging for a reason to get into this. I mean, there's a lot of people that are, well, Mark Pope and the fellas are getting going soon. If you want to get them involved in this season, win tomorrow. And if you don't, I just think that if they lose this game, I think it's going to just be a of excitement and fan support. And there'll be games to fans to see the Texas and the Tennessee games, but I think it's going to be a down the mountain.
If you lose this one, you go back-to-back weeks with Eastern Michigan, and then who's not good at all, and then you follow that with a bye week. So there's not going to be as much hype around the football team if you lose. Yeah,
and then think about it. That basically South Carolina game on the road, Georgia game on the road. So the time that you're back playing in Lexington, I'm pretty sure it will be the weekend of Big Blue Madness. I haven't seen that confirmed. If y'all have seen that confirmed, let us know in the comments. I assume it's going to be on that Friday, the 17th, because on that next Friday, the 24th, is our exhibition against Purdue. So I don't know when else they would do it. I assume it's going to be that Friday. Maybe they've already released it. Honestly, I don't know. But I mean, you haven't seen anything, have you, Carson? But I think it's safe to assume it's going to be that 17th. So think about it. Like, your next home game could be the weekend of Big Blue Madness. And I'm just telling you, if you get to that point, having lost to Ole Miss, South Carolina, and Georgia, people are not going to care anymore. I mean, they're just like the time you get to 10, like that Tennessee Tech game might have 7 people there. Like I'm just telling, like if as good as our basketball team is going to be, that's why I'm saying this game is a make or break pivotal football game to keeping excitement around the team. If you want a shot in hell at making a bowl game, this is a must-win football game. So, I mean, come on, Stoops. You know, you're motivated and you want to be here, and the fan base wants a reason to believe in you and all that. Then win a football game against a team that's better, you know, that I think is a little better than we are. Go at home, go beat them, and then I think, you know, give the fans something to be excited about. Give the fans a little confidence, and I think the team could do that.
Hopefully, we can have more than 12 receiving yards. That would be nice.
Well, I think that's you're asking a lot, man. Let's
13?
come on.
Come on, I can get 13.
I'll give you 25. Okay.
I'll take it.
25. And it's going to be on one play.
Oh.
So you better use it wisely.
Yeah. And
it's going to be a bubble screen. Don't act like Calzada threw it 25 yards downfield now. Don't get that mixed up. So, okay. I'll give you a couple Ole Miss players to watch here on their offense. And then Carson and I will toss a little prediction at y'all here. So they've got a lot of good receivers on this team. I mean, it's
how about Harrison Wallace the third?
Yeah.
5 receptions, 130 last game.
Yeah.
Woo-wee.
Yeah. Wallace had 5, 130 and a touchdown. Daquan Wright 4 for 78 and a touchdown. And then Odom had 4 catches for 57 yards and a touchdown. I mean, they spread the ball out, man, to these pass catchers.
Wallace himself has 118 more yards than our whole receiving core.
Precisely. So that says a lot there. But
on 5 receptions.
Some good players there. Lacey, their running back, had a 108 on the ground on 16 carries, 6.8 yards per carry for 3 touchdowns. Slowing him down is going to be important. Because I think that he's a solid
we got to stop the run. We got to stop the run because we need them one-dimensional.
Yeah, I think he's a solid player. You know, last year in 2024, 23, he only had 23 total carries. It's your time now, young man, and he's a sophomore, and so I think he's pretty darn good. So you got to slow him down. So those are kind of the offensive weapons to watch, obviously on top of Mr. Simmons. So, all right, Carson Nash, I'll go first, and I'll go first because we already know where this is going to go. I'm going to pick us to lose. Okay, I am. But I do think that we're going to see it be somewhat similar to last year, to where this game is a little tighter than a lot of folks think. I think that I think we lose this game 24-14. And I think we kind of make it ugly. Like I think we do what we're talking about, but we just can't get enough offense to win it. We're going to lose. So 24-14 is my prediction, which I believe would still cover the spread. Yes, that would cover the spread for Ole Miss. So there you go.
Yeah, I've got us winning. I've got it 24-14 the other way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, we need to find a bet for Saturday night of something I have to do.
Actually 24-17 touchdown.
Okay. I was about to say we will have to find a bet for something that I have to do on Saturday if we hold Kiffin's offense to 14 points. It's I just do not see that happening. It'd be awesome, but yeah. So I mean, we're the opposite. Carson thinks we're going to do exactly what we want and win. I think we're going to kind of have happen what we want to happen, but the offense won't be enough. So.
That is motivated, man. I'm picking the motivation.
Well, I'm motivated. I'm motivated to get to our tailgate and hammer cold beverages. That is my motivation, and it is high. So that is the plan there.
Stoops wants you out there at 9.
Good news, buddy. I'll be there at 8. There you go. So, all right, Carson, you got anything else before we call it a weekend here?
That's all I got. I hope everybody enjoys their weekend and go Cats.
Yep. Hey, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We'd really appreciate that. We'll be in the orange lot. Come hang out with us. We'll be there. Yeah, come find us. We'll be in the orange lot at our tailgate. So hope everyone has a great weekend. Enjoy the football game. Let's find a way to get a big dub, and we'll see you next time right here on the Wildcats Today podcast.